Everyone. Welcome to our session. So today we're going to be talking about how to move your existing apps to MSIX. Before we get started though, how many of you guys are IT pros? Okay, cool, a lot of you guys. So I'm going to be talking to a lot of IT pro related content today. And my name is Charla if we haven't met yet.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanaka, and how many of you are developers? Okay, great. We have some developers in the house, and my role today is to kind of walk through this in your shoes.
Yes. So before we get started, we kind of want to talk about what the world looked like, before MSIX.
Was there a world before MSIX?
Yes, there was a world before MSIX. There were some challenges there. So we're going to do a little bit of a kind of demonstration of what one challenge might have looked like before you had MSIX. So like I said, I'm kind of taking on the role of the IT pro. So I've got my kind of enterprise environment, and in my enterprise, I've got this HeadTracks MSI application. Now, Tanaka was kind enough to build this HeadTracks application for me. What it is just a simple application that shows off all of our users in our enterprise. Now, it's fine. It's kind of just a table with a bunch of customers and things like that. But it'd really be great if I had some, additional features, maybe some like quick links or some sort of hierarchy chart. I know we talked about this before, but is there any way you could get me those features?
So being the good developer that I am, I went ahead and made those changes for you, and I packaged everything up as an MSI, and I have a new version for you, so knock yourself out, man.
Awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and grab that version 2 MSI that Tanaka gave me. Uh-oh, I can't install it. But this is just version 2 of the same app, right? Why can't I just go from version 2 to version 1?
Yeah, crikey, it was working when I tried it, so I'm not too sure what's going on.
Oh, boy.
It was working when I tried it, to be honest. Okay.
There's got to be something better out there.
And there is something better, and that is MSIX. And so that's why we're here today, to talk to you about how you can move your existing applications to MSIX. And this is because MSIX is an evolution of our previous install technologies. And we've taken all the good stuff that we had from those previous install technologies, and we've tried to fix some of the pain points you might have run into in the past. Maybe you ran into something like this or something different. And so, yeah.
Yes, so hi everyone, my name is Charlotte Akers. I am actually a program manager at Microsoft working on the MSIX team, and I own the MSIX packaging tool.
And I am Tanaka Jima. I'm also a program manager on the MSIX team, and I work on our deployment technologies for Windows.
Yes, so before we get into the kind of how-to of how to move your existing apps to MSIX, we want to talk just briefly about why you might want to move your apps to MSIX. So why change your app deployment? Well, with MSIX, you get just a better way to install and manage your applications. We know sometimes it's hard to stay up to date with your applications with new OS coming out and new versions of the applications. And so with MSIX, we want to make it easier for you to stay up to date so that you can get all of those latest and greatest features. MSIX also offers a more user-centric solution. So we have improved experience for even your end users when you're using MSIX. We've made it easier for you to move from one version to the next and things like that, so that you won't have to go in and continuously be fixing your installers, which will reduce the cost of ownership for those applications. Now, with MSIX, one of the things that we provide is a more reliable install. MSIX is a declarative packaging format, which helps to ensure a more reliable install. So what we've seen over millions of installs with our telemetry is a 99.96% success rate with MSIX installs.
That's really good. I think. Do you know what the numbers are like for like previous installer technologies we've had?
Yeah, so what we've seen for MSIs, for example, is something closer to maybe 80, 85%. If you do some scripting and massaging, you could get it up to the 90s, but that's still, maybe 10% of your installers that just aren't working.
Okay, so we have a pretty significant improvement, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing that we offer is actually 100% guaranteed uninstall. So when you're uninstalling that MSIX, we're going to clean up everything that it did on your machine, so you're not left with anything behind on your machine. In addition to that, there'll be increased speed improvements. So when you're moving from version 1 to version 2, it's just going to happen a lot faster, so you're not having to re-download that entire version 2. You can just move more smoothly and reduce the amount of bandwidth on your machine. Now, what you're really here for is to learn about how to move your existing apps to MSIX. So let's move into a demo of how you can take your existing applications and move them to MSIX using the MSIX packaging tool. So the MSIX packaging tool is a free tool that's available in the Microsoft Store. You can take any of your existing installers and convert them to MSIX. So here I have the MSIX packaging tool, and I've launched it in a clean environment. This is actually our MSIX packaging tool environment, which is free and available in Hyper-V. It's just a quick create VM that comes with the packaging tool already installed, so you can just go ahead and get started if you're not using the store. Today we're going to just take a regular application package and convert that. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to select the environment that we'd like to package in. Now, like I said, I'm on a clean machine, so I'm just going to create a package on this computer. You do also have the option to create a package on a remote machine or on your local virtual machine. Once you've selected your environment, you can move forward. One thing that's important is to make sure that the driver is installed. So that driver is going to be doing the capturing when we get to the installation phase of our conversion. Once that's done, we'll move forward. So here we can specify the installer that we want to convert. So I'm going to just grab that HeadTrax MSI that Tanaka had made originally, just that version 1, and convert that. You can also specify your signing preference here. So I've already done that in the settings of the tool so that I don't have to fill it out every time that I go through a conversion process. Now, there are a couple of different options when it comes to signing. So here, I've already specified a certificate that I have available in my enterprise. But if you don't have a certificate, we also do offer device guard signing. Device guard signing allows you to use your AAD account and configure it for signing. You can sign using a Microsoft service and then download the root certificate for your tenant to all the machines in your enterprise so that you can sign your packages without having to manage that certificate. Again, I've got that certificate, the password, and the timestamp URL. And the timestamp URL is important because it allows you to ensure that your users can install that package even if your certificate expires, because what it does is it says that at the time of signing, this certificate was valid. Next, we have our package information. Because I specified that MSI on the previous page, this just fills out all of that information for me. One important thing to note is that the subject of the certificate matches my publisher name. That provides an additional layer of integrity, and that's why signing is important. Once we've done that, we come to our installation phase. So what's happening here is that driver is actually running. It's capturing everything that happens on your machine. So we'll go ahead and run through our MSI installer just like we normally would. It's capturing everything that it's doing, registry changes, files, things like that, so that we can capture that all as our MSIX package. Now, you can also restart here, but my installer doesn't require it, so I'm going to move on. Here, you can also launch your application for the first time if there's any first launch tasks or configurations that you'd like to include in your package. Again, I don't have any, so I'm just going to move forward. So now it's preparing my package. It's capturing everything that we just did with that installer. You can specify your save location, but I already specified mine in my settings, so I'm just going to create my package. Once it creates my package, I'll get a nice success message that gives me the location of my MSIX and a link to my logs. So if you're interested in seeing all that happened during that conversion process, you can go check out your logs. Now that we have an MSIX, what we want to do is we want to test it. But we don't want to test it on this machine. Because we just actually installed that MSI on this machine, we want to actually test our MSIX on a clean environment. So I will copy my MSIX package here, double-click to install. I'll get our nice app installer UI. So this just comes built into the OS so that every time that your users go to install an MSIX, they'll get this friendly UI. Here, I can see that it's a trusted application. That means that it's signed, and I can see the publisher information so that I know that this publisher display name actually matches with the person who signed the application. So I'll just install that application. It goes by pretty quickly. And in just a moment, there we have our head tracks as an MSIX.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. So you've seen how pretty simple it is to take your existing installer, run it through the packaging tool, and get an MSIX package. Once you do have an MSIX package, I think some of the questions we've been getting are around, can I actually install my MSIX package on any Windows edition? And the answer is yes. There isn't any particular license you require to use MSIX packages. You can deploy them on Windows 10 Home all the way to Enterprise. And another thing is we've kind of opened up the sources from which you can deploy your package. So if you're using Config Manager, if you're using Intune, you can continue using those resources to deploy your packages to different machines. And in addition to that, you can also deploy an MSIX package from the web. So if you prefer to deploy from the web, that's fully supported as well. And speaking of web install, what you want to do now is kind of have a look at what would it look like to take that MSIX package that we have and deploy it from the web. Charlotte?
Yes. All right. So here I have a website that I set up so that my users can easily get this head tracks application. So as a user, all they need to do is go to this website, click the button. Once again, it'll launch that nice head track, or that nice app installer UI. Sometimes the internet doesn't like to work here, so we'll try one more time, see if it wants to connect. There we go. All right, so as you can see, we've got that nice app installer UI so that your users get that same experience, and they can just install that application directly from the website without having to worry about any of that. Now, again, kind of slow on the Wi-Fi here, but what's happening in the background of this website to make that happen? Well, if we take a look at this button here, you can see here, or you can probably now see here, we have this right here. So this is our HTTP protocol handler. It's our app installer protocol handler. And what it does is it tells the browser to launch that app installer UI. Now, the great thing about this is that it's browser agnostic. So no matter which browser your users are on, they're going to be able to get that application and launch it in that app installer UI. Now, With this app installer, you can link it to a source, so that can either be your MSIX package directly, or you can link it to a .app installer file. A .app installer file is just an XML file that allows you to specify a package and specify what you want your update scenario to be. So if you're in a non-managed enterprise where you're not using Config Manager or Intune, this is a way for you to still configure your updates. So as easy as that, just adding this little ms-app installer and linking to your source package, you can deploy an MSIX to all of your users.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, Tanaka, if I have to are you going to keep making MSIs that I have to then repackage as an MSIX? Because that's not really sounding like a benefit to me. Is there any way for you to also make MSIX packages?
There is. There actually is. And the great thing is, if you are developing your application in Visual Studio, we have support for you to generate MSIX packages from within Visual Studio. So if you're using Visual Studio 2017 versions 15.5 and later, or Visual Studio 2019, there is something called the Application Packaging Project. And the App Packaging Project allows you to add this project to your existing solution, and then using that, you can generate an MSIX package. And one of the great things is that it comes with a manifest editor that you can use to configure the settings and the properties of your package. And you can also debug from there to see how your application would behave, like when it's actually deployed as an MSIX package. And then once you've kind of verified that everything works, you can then use the packaging wizard to create an MSIX package. So what I want to do now is switch over to Visual Studio to kind of show you what that can look like and how simple it is. OK, so here I have my solution in Visual Studio. And this is an updated version of the Hedrix application that I earlier gave to Charlotte. So this is what I was trying to give her when the MSI kind of blew up. So what I want to do is actually add the packaging project to my solution, and then use that to create an MSIX. So first thing is I'll right-click here, and I'm going to add a new project. So you see here I have the Windows App Packaging Project. I see it right away because I recently used it. But if you don't see it, you can always search for it in the UI, and then it should come up if you have the UWP workload installed. So it comes with the UWP workload. So I'm going to hit Next. Let's call that Headtracks PKG. Add that. I'm going to set my target version and my min version for the package. So what Visual Studio has done is it's added this new packaging project to my solution. And now what I want to do is, the first thing I'd want to do is add a reference to my application, and that's to signify that this is what I want to package up. So I add that reference. And once that's done, I'm going to open up the manifest editor here. So this is where I declare the different properties and configurations for my application. So I'm going to modify the name here. And once that's done, so this is essentially saying these are this is the package display name and the package name that my users will see when the app is deployed. And I want to choose a cert for signing, like what Charlotte mentioned earlier on. Certs are important because signing helps us vouch for the integrity of your application and help block against things like a man-in-the-middle attack and so on. So we use the artifacts, the signing artifacts in a package to just verify the integrity of your package. So it's important that your application be signed. So once that's set up, what I want to do now is move over to the visual assets. And I'm going to use a single asset as a seed and give that to Visual Studio to generate other asset files that my package needs. So using that single, I'm going to overwrite what's already there. So using that single image I gave it, Visual Studio generates assets of different sizes so that your package can use them when deployed. And these are the assets that you see like on the taskbar and in the start menu and so on. So these have been generated for me. So what I want to do now is kind of debug this real quick to make sure everything works. So I'm going to set the HETREX package as the starter project. And then I'm going to try run that. So I'm debugging to make sure everything works fine. And I'll give that a second. So here's my application running. So everything looks fine. And I just want to check something in Task Manager. So if I go over the details pane and look for packages that are applications that are running with a package name, right here I have, you see I have my HETREX dev application running. So this means that Visual Studio deployed my application as an MSIX package. So I've verified that, which is great. And I want to do one more thing before I create my package. So I'm going to go back to my manifest, and I'm going to change the name of the package here. This is because if I use the same name for an actual package and what I was using to debug, there can be conflicts in the OS. So I'm going to try to get rid of that. So if I save that, I'm also going to modify this. Oh, that's fine. So I'll keep that as is. And so this is where I actually start generating the package in Visual Studio. So if I'm going to, from the packaging project node, if I right-click here and go under the store, I'm going to click the create app packages option. I'm not publishing this to the Microsoft Store. I'm going to instead sideload, so I'll select that option. I don't need automatic updates for now. If I'd selected that option, it would generate an app installer file for me, which we'll kind of talk about in more detail later, but I don't need that right now, so I'm going to move on. And I will say yes to signing with that particular cert. I am going to go with x64 for this, and I do not need an MSIX bundle in this case. So I'm going to generate tell Visual Studio to generate the MSIX package for me. So I'll give that a second to complete. So Visual Studio generated the package for me in this location, and if I navigate there, I should have, so this is my MSIX package. I'm going to try to install that. So the same, it's kind of same UI, I've installed the UI you saw earlier. And there I have it. I have my MSIX package. So it really was as simple as adding this packaging project to my solution, making sure everything works, configuring a few things in the manifest editor, and with about 4 or 5 clicks, I was able to generate an MSIX package. And so now I don't always have to first create an MSI and then give that to Charlotte to convert in the packaging tools. I can do that for my existing solution. So it's a great way to kind of move over to MSIX from your existing code base. And so the great thing is this is an updated MSIX package. And now that I have this, I guess the question is, how does the update story work? And to talk a little bit about that, Charlotte's going to come through.
Yep. So updates depend sometimes on where you're going to be handling your deployments. So if you're using config-man or Intune, you can still control those the same way that you do today in those consoles. Now, again, if you're in that kind of non-managed enterprise scenario that we demoed earlier, you can enable and configure those updates using that .app installer file. Updates in general are based on the app family. So when you update from version 1 to version 2, the packages have an identity that we know and associate so that you can just easily move from version 1 to version 2. Another benefit is that only the changes are downloaded. So if you're only changing a couple of files from version 1 to version 2, again, we're just going to do the differential download there and just take those files down at a 64K block. The last thing that I want to mention is that files can be staged while the app is still running. So if your user is using the application that you're trying to update, they can still use that application. We'll stage those files so that the next time that they close it and then relaunch it, they'll get that version 2 without disrupting their workflow. Now, let's take a look at what it actually looks like to update an MSIX. So earlier I showed you a website where I downloaded the version 1 of my HeadTracks MSIX. So what's actually on the back end of that website is just an MSIX package and a .app installer file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that HeadTracks version 2 that Tanaka created and copy that over to my server. Now, once I do that, I'm going to edit that app installer file. So as you can see, an app installer file is just an XML file. It's got information about the app installer file itself, the main package that you're wanting to install, and update settings so that you can configure the behavior for your users. So for example, I have mine set so that every time that I launch the application, it'll check for an update. Now, since we're moving to version 2 of the application, I'm just going to change a couple of things in the app installer file. The first thing I want to do is update the version of the app installer file. I'll then update the version of the main package. And the last thing I'll do is make sure that it's pointed to the right version of the MSIX package. I'll save that and close, re-upload it to the server, give it a second so that it'll transfer. The internet can be a little slow when you're doing demos up here, but so we'll start by launching that HeadTracks. So this is that version 1 HeadTracks MSIX. This is what we expected. I can just launch the application and test it, use it however I'd like. And then I can go back, and when I go to launch it again, sometimes it just takes a while to propagate through the server. So we'll try one more time, and hopefully the internet will be with us. There we go. You see that quick little bar means that it updated. So now when I launch, I've got that version 2 HeadTracks MSIX, as simple as that. I, as a user, just needed to go and relaunch the application. Now, all of that is great. Thank you for the applause. I appreciate that. But what actually, you know, that's kind of nice to go and just update the app installer file and the user just gets the update. But sometimes you just want to, you know, automate things, make things more efficient. So yes, automation, it's great. So Tanaka, is there a way that we can do that? We can just kind of make the whole thing happen kind of like magic?
Are you saying so that you don't have to do it?
Sort of, yeah.
Are you getting lazy, Charlotte?
Efficient, I'm efficient.
Okay, if you say so. So there is a way to actually kind of take all of this and kind of kick it up a notch and automate a lot of what we've done today. And that's using CI/CD pipelines in Azure DevOps. So what I want to do right now is just kind of show you how an example of how you can take your workflow and then use CI/CD pipelines in Azure DevOps to automate a lot of your building your application, packaging it up, signing, and then deploying it to your users. And it's a great way to kind of to get your application out to users a lot faster. And one of the great things about using CI/CD pipelines is that you can customize your workflow based on your scenarios. So you can kind of split things up based on different branches if you're hosting your application in a repository. And you can use that to, let's say, generate different packages for different users. Let's say you want a different package for people in finance versus people in engineering or something along those lines. And so it's a great way to kind of dissect your deployment mechanism to generate different packages for different needs. And so I'm going to switch over to my demo real quick. And for the sake of time, I'll kind of run through this a bit quick. But if you want more details, you can actually go to aka.ms/MSIX DevOps. And there's a sample there that you can use to walk through what I'm about to show you in a bit more detail. So being the dev that I am heading back to Visual Studio now. So what I have, just to give you an overview, is I have my code in Visual Studio, and then I have a repo on GitHub with my code. And I've also kind of plugged that into Azure DevOps and created a CI/CD pipeline. And the first thing I want to do is make a quick change to my application.
You should make the color orange for Ignite.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. How about I change some of these blue accents to orange in the spirit of Ignite? So I'm going to change that to orange and save that real quick. So you see I have a bit of orange in my application now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push these changes up to my Git repository. So I have my commit message for orange bananas, and I've kind of pushed that through. I've committed that rather, so and I'm going to push it out now to my repo. And I'm going to give that a second to work. Okay, there we go. So that looks about right. So if we move over to my repo on GitHub, I hope I have my change up. Okay, so you can see my commit messages come through on GitHub. I have my, this is where I have my code hosted. And one of the great things about using Azure DevOps and CI/CD pipelines is that if your code is open source, you actually get kind of, all of this is free. This setup is free. You don't really have to pay for it or anything if your code is open source. If your code's not open source, you can still use it too. So what should happen is this is my pipeline in DevOps, and what's going on is that the commit that I pushed through kicked off a build. So as soon as the commit got to my repo, a build was kicked off in Azure DevOps. So I want to show you briefly kind of what is going on under the hood. So what I have is I have a YAML file that I've defined. And this YAML file essentially kind of drives my build pipeline and my build and my release pipeline. So what I'm saying here at the beginning is that anytime there is a commit to the master branch or release branch, kick off a new build at the top here. And if you look here, I'm using this image, Windows 2019. And what it is we have an image in Azure that comes pre-configured with Visual Studio and with the SDK and all the artifacts that you need to kind of build your project, and you can also package it up. So I'm making use of that to build my code artifacts in Azure. And so this is my build pipeline. I want to show you what my release pipeline looks like. So it is a very simple setup I have right now. What my code is doing is it's taking the artifacts that are built. So Visual Studio runs, it builds, it creates an MSIX package for me, it also creates an app installer file that Charlotte that showed you for updates earlier on. And once I have those, I sign my MSIX package from here. And once that's signed, I upload that to my server so that Charlotte doesn't have to kind of do it the way she did it early on. So what I want to do now is I want to check if my build is complete. So it looks like our orange bananas build completed successfully. And I'm going to go back to the releases to generate a new release. So what this does, again, is it takes my artifacts, the artifacts that come from my build, and then I sign them, and then I upload them to my server. So I'm going to give that another second to complete. And while that's kind of running, I've set up my app installer file differently in my case. So when the MSIX package is uploaded to the server, I wanted to check for updates as soon as possible. And I'm making use of something called a UI, a prompt UI that we show when checking for updates. So you'll notice that when I later on check for updates, my application will show a UI of sorts. So the release succeeded. And if you see my application is checking for updates, again, in this case. So in Charlotte's case, it didn't show UI. In my case, it's showing UI. And you can configure this kind of to suit your needs. So it's identified that there is a new update up there. And I'm going to say, OK, I want to pull it down to see if I get the new orange bananas feel. So internet's a bit slow, but I think it's coming. And OK, and there we have it. So my new change with the orange accents came through successfully. And again, just to kind of show you what happened, to give you an overview of what happened, again, I was in Visual Studio. I made my commit, went up to Azure DevOps, automatically built everything, packaged it up, and then uploaded it to my server. And so it's a great way to kind of automate your process and make sure you get new changes to users faster and so on. Yeah. So, Charlotte, what does all of this mean?
Well, what it means is that we're making investments across the board, from your existing installers being able to convert to MSIX, from the ability to take your existing source code that you're working on and create an MSIX, and the ability to automate your entire workflow, the ability to still configure and manage those updates using the app installer file. It means that MSIX is the deployment technology moving forward. We're making those investments across the board because MSIX is the improved app installer format. Now, if we went through things a little bit faster, you have some additional questions, we do have some additional resources for you. The first link on there is just a link to our documentation. The one after that, the MSIX community, that's our tech community. It's sort of an online forum that you can go to ask questions. We as the product team are on there answering questions, as well as that's where you can also do feature requests and things like that. We're regularly checking it. We do have a toolkit available, so this is just on GitHub. It's got a couple of scripts that might be of use to you, such as bulk signing and things like that. It also has an app installer file builder if you want to test out app installer files. The MSIX Labs is where you want to go if you're just getting started with MSIX and you want some hands-on labs to kind of walk you through what it's like to convert to MSIX. And then if you're super interested in the MSIX packaging tool, we do also have a tool, MSIX packaging tool inside our program. So you can get early releases of the packaging tool before we push them public. So we actually just released one this week that has a new feature that allows you to convert an existing installer with services. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the aka.ms/MSIX tool preview. And that's all we have. Thank you.
Thank you.